All right, time to dive into something that could really boost your tech career. We're talking OMG certifications. You've sent over some intriguing stuff from eduMAX on prepping for these exams, and, well, I'm curious to see what we uncover.
Good move to be thorough. These certifications, they're not a walk in the park. We're talking complex topics here, UML, BPMN.
And for anyone who hasn't encountered those yet, think of UML as a way to visually map out software, like blueprints for coders. And BPMN, it's doing the same, but for business processes. So it's not just checking boxes, it's about proving you can really think visually about how things work, no pressure, right? But that's where eduMAX comes in. And the man behind it, Filip, over 20 years in the world of systems and modeling.
That's serious experience, no doubt. But what makes Philip really stand out, what makes him different, is he's not just teaching this stuff. He's been deeply involved. We're talking shaping the OCUP2 and OCB2 certification programs since way back in 2013. Direct involvement with the OMG itself.
Wow, hold on. The OMG, you mean the organization behind these certifications?
The one and only.
So he's practically speaking their language then. Okay, that alone is impressive, but wait, there's more, isn't there?
Oh, there's always more. This is where it gets good. Philip has actually written exams for OMG.
Whoa, seriously. He's been on the inside crafting the very questions you might face.
Exactly. Imagine the advantage you'd have learning from someone who's been in the room where it happens. He doesn't just know the material, he knows how they ask about it, the nuances, everything.
That's like having a secret weapon going into a duel. You've got the moves, but he can tell you what your opponent is thinking. Now I see why this deep dive caught your eye. So Philip clearly knows his stuff. But what about eduMAX itself? You mentioned they had marketing materials, blog posts. What's the vibe?
Well, from what I've gathered, it looks like they've got it all. Video courses, practice questions, the whole package really seems designed to get you ready from every angle.
Okay, so they're not messing around. I like that. And for a visual learner like me, I'm always a fan of those practice questions. It's one thing to read about a concept, but actually applying it, that's when it clicks.
Absolutely, and it seems like eduMAX understands that. They cater to different learning styles, which is key because not everyone learns the same way. Some people, they need to see it, others have to do it, and some, it's a bit of both. Plus, you get access for a full 60 days. That's huge.
60 days, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It really takes the pressure off, right? You're not rushing to cram everything in.
Exactly. You can really take your time, find what works for you.
Speaking of which, something else caught my eye in these materials. He offers in-person A&D remote courses.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not just talking about a couple of cities here. We're talking Poland, the UK, the US, even Saudi Arabia and Japan. This is global.
It is. It really speaks to, I think, two things. First, the global demand for these certifications. Companies everywhere need these skills.
Makes sense.
And second, Philip's commitment to making sure people everywhere can access them, no matter where they are.
He's like a global classroom. And, even if you're all about that online learning, having a network like that, even if it's virtual, could be a huge plus down the line.
Absolutely. It's about who you know, right?
Connections, opportunities, you never know.
You never know. But speaking of value, those customer testimonials you sent, wow, people are really singing Philip's praises.
They're not holding back, are they?
Not at all. And these aren't just vague compliments either. We're talking people saying they aced their exams, first try, felt confident going in.
And that's huge.
Huge, because let's be real, this stuff, it's not always a walk in the park to learn.
Not at all.
It can be dense, technical.
And yet they're saying they enjoyed the learning process.
Which says a lot, right? It means he's making it engaging, accessible.
It's one thing to teach the material, it's another to make people actually want to learn it.
Exactly. And that's where I think Philip's real-world experience really shines through. He's not just regurgitating theory. He's bringing in those real-life scenarios, the kind of stuff you can only learn from years in the field.
That practical perspective, it makes all the difference. But all of this, it begs the question, how does this apply to you, the listener? What are your goals? That's what we're here to help you figure out, right? We've gone deep on these OMG certifications, why they're a big deal, what they cover, and of course, Filip and eduMAX, how it all fits together.
But now it's all about you, your journey, your path.
Exactly. Maybe there's that promotion you've been eyeing, the one that wants one of these certifications. Or maybe you're just, curious, want to level up your skills, feel more confident in what you bring to the table.
And that's huge, that confidence. It can change everything.
Totally. And this deep dive, it's all about giving you the lay of the land.
And remember, learning, it's not one size fits all. Some people, they thrive in that classroom setup, structured, predictable. Others, they need that flexibility of online courses, learn at their own pace.
And it's not just about the format either, is it?
Not at all. Some people, they gravitate to visuals, practice questions, things like that. Others, they connect better with real-world examples, case studies, hearing how it all plays out in the real world.
It's about finding what clicks for you, what makes that information stick.
Absolutely. So think about your own learning style, what's worked for you in the past.
When have you really grasped something complex, made it your own?
What kind of environment brings out your best work? That's the key.
Because once you know that, you can start to evaluate, right?
Yeah.
See what's out there, like eduMAX, and decide, do they get me?
Do they speak my language? Do their materials resonate with how I learn best?
It's like finding that perfect puzzle piece. You know where you want to go, acing that exam.
Mhm.
But how you get there, well, that's up to you.
Exactly. And if you're curious about eduMAX, want to see if they might be your perfect fit, all the details are in the show notes.
Don't be shy. Go check them out.
Yeah.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.